Friends, gather round and let's talk about Bitcoin, that volatile digital roller coaster that's enough to give a seasoned economist a panic attack. It's 2025 and Bitcoin isn't having the smoothest ride. Remember President Trump? Of course you do. How could you forget? Well, he's back in the news, slapping tariffs on, well, seemingly everything. He calls them Liberation Day measures, but Market Panic Day might be more accurate. These tariffs have sent shockwaves through the market, and Bitcoin unfortunately got caught in the crossfire. We saw the price dip below $82,000. That's a lot of money to lose, even for the Winklevoss twins, and they're practically swimming in it. The result? A bloodbath of liquidations. Long positions, short positions, it didn't matter. Everyone was running for the exits, leaving a trail of digital tears in their wake. So, what's next for our favorite cryptocurrency? Time to consult the magic 8-ball, or in this case, the experts. Mexico. Tracy Jin, bless her bearish heart, isn't too optimistic. She's predicting a further dip to $76,000 to $78,000 by the end of April. And if you think that's bad, hold on to your hats. Jin suggests we could see a summer low of $52,000 to $56,000. Ouch. Trade tensions and market volatility are the culprits apparently. But wait, there's a glimmer of hope. Some analysts believe that if, and this is a big if, Trump introduces pro-crypto policies, Bitcoin could rebound. We're talking back to January's highs of $100,000 to $102,000 or even higher to a dizzying $118,000 to $120,000. Of course, there are always those who sit on the fence. Some predict a dip followed by new all-time highs. It's enough to make you want to grab a helmet and a blindfold and just spin a wheel. Now let's talk about the really fun stuff. Long-term predictions. Cathie Wood, the queen of disruptive innovation, sees Bitcoin reaching $710,000 to $1.5 million by 2030. That's enough to buy a private island, a rocket ship, and maybe even Elon Musk's next bizarre Twitter rant. But hold on, because Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, is just getting warmed up. He's predicting Bitcoin will hit a mind-boggling $13 million by 2045. That's enough to buy, well, everything. Look, I'm not saying you should mortgage your house and put it all on Bitcoin. But, if these predictions are even remotely accurate, we could be looking at a future where Bitcoin isn't just an investment, it's a way of life. Section 4, the price is right, maybe, factors influencing Bitcoin's value. So, what's driving these wild price swings? Well, Bitcoin is a fickle beast, influenced by a complex web of factors. First, there's the macro environment. The US dollar, interest rates, global economic conditions, it all plays a role. Then there's Bitcoin's digital gold status. When traditional markets get shaky, investors often flock to safe havens like gold. Bitcoin, with its limited supply and decentralized nature, is often seen as a digital equivalent. Don't forget institutional adoption. Remember when the SEC finally approved those spot Bitcoin ETFs in 2024? That opened the floodgates for institutional investors, bringing with them their deep pockets and a touch of legitimacy. And of course, there's technology. The Lightning Network, with its promise of faster and cheaper transactions, is a game changer. Then there's ARC, Fediments, silent payments. All these advancements are making Bitcoin more scalable, private, and user-friendly. Section 5. Bitcoin's Balancing Act, Opportunities and Challenges Ahead. The future of Bitcoin is a tale of two cities. On the one hand, we have incredible opportunities. Global liquidity is flowing, countries are considering adopting Bitcoin as a reserve asset, and businesses are integrating it into their operations. But on the other hand, challenges loom. Governments, those lovable scamps, could crack down on regulation. Quantum computing could threaten Bitcoin's security. And let's not forget the ever-present threat of macroeconomic headwinds. So, what's an investor to do? Well, if you're new to the game, dollar-cost averaging is your friend. Seasoned traders, keep an eye on those support levels. And hodlers just ride the wave and enjoy the show. BlackRock, the investment management giant, recommends a 2% Bitcoin allocation in a diversified portfolio. It's not exactly YOLOing your life savings, but it's a start. But remember folks, I'm just a comedian with a TV show. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, talk to a professional, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Because with Bitcoin, one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride.